think this is still my favorite comic book of all time. I'd like to hope that there's at least like an ending. It'd be nice if it were to be ongoing, but some things it's just better just like tell you have a message, fucking tell say your fucking little message and then get the fuck out of here and move on to the next fucking thing. But I mean, don't get me wrong, like sometimes some things are cool that they just go on forever to a certain but then there's just so much out there that sometimes it's just better to just limit things, honestly. I don't have the book in front of me right now, but I do own still a copy. A buddy gave it to me, gifted it to me like a long time ago, and it's like the last book I own, that old comic book that I own. By this point, I don't think it'll have to get destroyed before fucking that shit leaves my possession. And I mean, it is coincidentally based off of I think there's like a little insert in the book, the graphic novel, the collection. I don't know what the fuck. I mean, it's like issues 1 through 5 of Orkstain, by James Stokoe. Hopefully, I'm not gonna say his name too many times because I don't fucking know how to pronounce it. But set it's influenced by. One of the biggest things would be Lord of the Rings, I think. It's like, I don't know the whole fucking, it's in the book, so I'm not gonna, fucking pick it up, or get your hands on some, or, digitally if it's available digitally, I don't fucking know. But, it's not set in Lord of the Rings, but it's inspired by paying homage to, and there's some other things. It reminds me of very much how like George Lucas put together Star Wars, just like an amalgam of his favorite stories put together. And I think it's the thing, like in my opinion. I mean, maybe there's gonna be some people like it fucking reminds me of this and this and this and this, and it's like, yeah, so what? Okay, all right, fine, all right, but it. Spider-Man, for example, not too long ago, not too old of a character. I would say relatively an original character, no. And there's plenty of other characters we can name off of or rattle off. And, that are very original. So originality still is out there somewhat. Of course, like there's going to be some kind of probable influence or, the message has probably been said in a certain way. But like some things do need, I guess, updates, of course. And, it goes beyond that. But anyway, in my opinion, this is a very original story. I haven't even fucking said anything about it. It's just, this little orc dude. His name's One Eye. He's only got one eye. He's got a special power. So like it's got like superpowers in there already. Like he can hit something a specific way, and it hits the right spot every time, if that makes sense. Like, so I'm sure I think it could relate in other ways. I mean, obviously they didn't really go, or he didn't, however he wants, maybe it's they, the book didn't really go too far. I mean, like, it just, there'll be times where like he has to escape and, he's in a bathtub. He's fucking completely vulnerable. He's got to escape. He hits like a specific spot in the middle. I think it might be the middle. I don't know. He hits a specific spot of the bathtub, and like the entire fucking building collapses. It's like that kind of stuff. Or at the beginning of the story, he's like going treasure hunting, and I think he's going. I don't know if they're exactly graves per se. I can't remember exactly how. Once again, I've read this a lot of times, but at the same time, I don't remember every fucking detail, which I think is kind of like a blessing. So like I can fucking like read it again and be like fucking re-amazed as much as I can, obviously not as much as the original, but, the first time reading it. But I mean, the dedication, the commitment, I mean, I understand why, like you only have so much time and obviously got to pay the bills, but like the level of details, the imagination, obviously once again, there's a lot of references, there's a lot, like, it reminds me of a little bit of like X-Men with that superpower, or just like once again superpowers in general, like kind of like superheroes, kind of like. But this is kind of like he's just a mercenary. He's just like this lone. I don't want to say lone wolf, but kind of that way. But like it's set in like a bunch of there's a bunch of orcs, but there's not just orcs. Like there's, I think her name's the Swamp Ramba, I think, or. But anyway, there's I think there are definitely different species. I think of or at least different. It's not just orcs, as far as I know. But we have genitalia, or is the currency just dried up genitalia of the of the foe or the enemy, or whoever you. I mean, I don't. It's. I mean, that shit is like it makes it. It's high stakes. That's some high stakes shit, man. This is a little guess. This is I don't know if it's true or not. I mean, I think it was pretty much heavily hinted or implied. I mean, it's like pretty much in the first issue that the highest orc, the Tsar, he does not have. I think he got his dick chopped off, but he has to walk around like he does still have it. And obviously, anyone who would know would probably need to get killed. It's probably fucking. It's that deep dark secret. Most likely, I don't know. We'll see what happens. Or he's got like a fucking giant snake dick. I don't know. Fuck. And that's the reason why he's the Tsar. But I gave like a nice metaphor to because in a sense like people who we're all about it's like a dick measuring contest, but with fucking money. It's the same thing. Like money is like a dick measuring contest. Who can get the most amount of money? It's like, of course, there's a certain level of addiction there, but that's I digress. Greed and whatnot. But blah blah blah. Getting back to it, I just think it's just like a perfect analogy of what fucking money really is. Anyway. So I mean, maybe not to anyway. So. And maybe one day soon, based on everything, maybe that will have to be the currency. I mean, based on the book, most of the orcs seem to be a bit bitter and feel always slighted all the time. And constantly complaining or constantly fighting each other. There's a lot of people that keep getting killed. Maybe it's just very aggressive. Definitely like a survival of the fittest for sure kind of world. But it's like fantasy. There's some. I don't know if there's. Well, I mean, I guess you could say that his superpower kind of ability is like very magic-like. I don't know if they ever explain where it comes from. I can't remember. And maybe that could have been something they could have delved into, or maybe it is actually said. Once again, I don't remember every fucking detail, but it's okay. I didn't want to make this too long. I just want to talk about something. This is like one of my favorite. Like literally, it's my favorite. It literally, in my opinion, there's so many good ass books out there. So many good ass stories out there. But just like the way the panel layouts, like just how they're panned out, and like once again the level of detail, like you have to be the level of imagination. I mean, obviously you just kind of like slowly work at it, like okay, what's gonna be right here? Okay, I'm gonna work on this. All right, what's right down there? I mean, maybe he's got like a fucking like a storyboard of sorts. I don't fucking know, but I have a couple of graphic novel ideas, and I hope to if I ever make them, I hope to make them at a level similar to his. I mean, obviously he does nothing but draw all the time, so I mean I'm fucking like decades behind, which I'm not. Once again, I'm not trying to be like him. I'm trying to be myself. But like that's the thing. Like he is so like the artwork, just the fucking I don't know, the story and everything. He also wrote like a little brief like Spider-Man, like Spider-Man in Vietnam. I think that's such a. I know it's happened before, but like to write like a Spider-Man story, but set back fucking like 30-40 years, like it's kind it's I guess it's canon, or maybe, but it's like it's just like maybe it could be like a sort of nothing burger, but or maybe it's not. Maybe it's just like once again you're just adding more detail to this character. I mean, especially with Spider-Man, it's such a long. It's like what I'm talking about, like that very long. Like there's the stories. There's been probably stories that have been like retold many times over. Off the top of my head, like some like the biggest colors that pop out, which it's a very colorful book. It's very psychedelic, I would say, but not literally. Like it's not like typical psychedelia kind of shit. But like there's a lot of blues, purples, and greens, which I would say is predominantly a lot of orc colors are those colors. I mean, maybe even gray, but there isn't too much. I mean, it's. I mean, like I said, like the artwork is fucking phenomenal. It's gorgeous. It's crazy, man. Swamp Ramba is definitely correct. It just seemed like, I mean, these are like, you got Paxa Granka, that's like a vendetta that orcs have against each other. There are a couple other characters that I can name off, but like I would say the main two would be well, you got One Eye the orc, who's got like special powers, and then you have the Swamp Ramba. Her name's Bowie, and this could be incorrect, but it would actually make some sense because there are orcs and there are nymphs. There's also like these little bunny guys. Like, I don't know how to explain. Like, that kind of like looks like a fucking like buffed out. Like, I mean, I wouldn't say exactly Pikachu per se, but like I wouldn't say exactly Pikachu, but it kind of has a bit of that kind of like it's like fucking a blending of that fantasy orc medieval kind of vibe, but then also you got it's like I said, a bit of like magic and superhero stuff. What else? And also like we start seeing a little bit more of, I mean, like he's running around like fucking like a ninja at times. Like there's like a lot of like kind of like martial arts kind of, and I think James has said or mentioned, I think, about having a lot of influence or being very drawn to a lot of martial art movies. I mean, that could be a complete fabrication. I'm pretty sure I've seen that. I mean, I followed him on social media, and I subscribed to his Patreon for a brief moment, that when I could afford it and when I was on social media. But anyway, I mean, I guess so. You got like you got the team, and like is the kind of bunny like guy, the yellow bunny guy. He doesn't show up until he shows up in like issue 6 or 7. I can't remember. But he's not in this book. But you got just like, it just starts off with just One Eye, and he's with another orc, and they're on like a if I didn't mention like treasure hunting, and they're on like a little bit of a job. I don't want to get too much into, I was just trying to, I don't know, I just want to just talk about it briefly. So One Eye, I would say is like aligned as like neutral good. I mean, it's like good as an orc can really get. You got Bowie, who is, I guess, I mean, I had to look up once again, just trying to get specific details, like a poison thrower, swamp witch, who also has this like companion herself, that's this like kind of like a fur hide, but I think it's still living, and it's like very attached to Bowie. I mean, not literally attached, but like I'd say like kind of clingy, I guess. Very defensive, very protective, very judgmental, especially against orcs. But she's also, I would say, once again, neutral, and kind of just the only reason why she's even in there is because it's essentially like, in a sense, it is very much a Shrek thing. Like, they fucked with her swamp, and she's gonna go fuck up whoever the fuck's fucked up her swamp. That's essentially what that is. You got the evil Orc Czar is probably like the overall villain, like the super villain. And then you got Pointy Face, who has a vendetta against One Eye, but it's literally because of his own fucking bitter undoing. He tried fucking over One Eye, and One Eye got him back. And so now now Pointy Face has a fucking super, I guess they call it Paxa Granka, which is a super, like it's I guess it's like an eye for an eye, tooth for tooth. So, if I didn't mention, Pointy Face loses his fucking dick. So like that's One Eye's bitter rival, bitter dickless rival. He's just like following him and just like trying. He just wants to get revenge, man. I don't want to say too much more, but I did forget to mention that the Orc Czar, he's looking for one-eyed orcs. Hence, I mean, just any kind of orc that has only one eye, he's looking for them. And because I guess there's like an omen, or like what's another word? A prophecy that's like alluding to or even more than alluding to the Orc Tsar's downfall, and he obviously doesn't want that. So that's why I would say. I mean, he's just got so much power, and One Eye gets captured, so he's got to figure out a way out. Which is, I mean, once again, it's just fucking dope. And I cannot say it enough, man. The artwork is so fucking beautiful. I guess I'll leave it there. I don't want to say too much. I tried not. I'm not trying to. I don't want this to be too fucking long. But yeah. This is literally. I mean, there's so many. I could name off so many fucking. I mean, just like, you got Watchmen, The Dark Knight, or I think it's now Dark Knight Returns or whatever. And then with Marvel, I'm trying to think of like some fucking big ass, like some of my favorite ones. Like I really like Secret Invasion. I think the Dark Avengers or the Dark, I forgot what the fuck they called it. But then also there's like Darkest Night, Brightest Day. That's one's in DC. I can't remember the Dark. It's just the Darks. I mean, there's Dark Avengers. You had Dark X-Men. I just can't remember what exactly that era was called. But it kind of came out right after Secret Invasion. I mean, even like that era with like Norman Osborn. I think he was president, or I can't. But it just reminds me so much of like what is going on with like Donald Trump and all that shit going on right now. Anyway. I digress. I'm trying to think of some other fucking like, but it doesn't matter. Like this is literally, in my opinion, despite not being completed, hopefully one day it will be. If not, oh well. You just a nice little story in a nutshell. Like it's sometimes, I don't know, man. Like it just, you're just getting like a nice little, I don't know, just imagination's a beautiful thing. Hold on, let me think of the right fucking words here, man. I guess snapshot will work. So like you get like a nice little snapshot of this imaginary world that's beautifully drawn in detail. A lot of I don't like in the story. Obviously, it pays kind of homage and has references, but like there's just, like I said, like it's an amalgam of stories being put together. And like I would say even it almost has like a bit of a Star Wars kind of effect to. Did I mention that fucking One Eye has a hammer?